I've heard this used, the adhesive tape analogy in regards to pair bonding. So it's like tape. When you place tape on something for the first time, the adhesion is strong, it sticks. But the more times you start putting the tape onto a new surface.
Well, that's correct. It's scientifically proven that is what happens the more sexual partners you have.
It is what happens.
But what I think the red pill community fails to offer guys is hope that there is redemption. Like
he's Q-pilled, by the way.
A guy or a girl with a high body count. A guy or a girl with a higher body count, there is redemption offered to them through Christ that they're not going to get through the red pill community. I just want to say that. So this idea, like, once you have a high body count, your life is over. Like, that's not true. I think that's a really damaging thing to tell people.
Well, I mean,
and age depends on that too. Like, if you were lucky enough to meet your soulmate at 23, then you're never gonna be dating around, sleeping with people. But if you're 30, 33, 35 and single, you're just naturally going to have to have like more opportunity.
We can't keep talking about the ratio.
I'm not. I'm actually just going off what she's saying.
Oh, okay, my bad.
I'm not talking about it. I'm just saying.
I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody.
I mean, it's just like, if we're in our 30s and single and trying to meet like a husband, your body count is gonna probably have to be a little bit higher than if you met your person in your 20s, just because you've had to date around a little bit. But then it would go into the ratio thing, which I'm not talking about.
I don't think that's necessarily true. I don't think your age necessarily guarantees that you're going to have a high body count.
Yeah. But okay, so you're saying like through Christ you can get redemption even if you slept with 100 people?
Jesus loves whores.
There's born again virgins.
It's true.
No.
I don't believe in born again virgins.
I will not allow.
I hate the whole born again
It's a whole community.
I think as
I
a
would
guy,
never marry a virgin.
So you would, let me ask.
That's what we're
let me ask you a
talking about.
question. You're Christian. You're Christian, right?
Yes.
So let's say a woman, she previously was a prostitute and she slept with 300 people, but she found Christ.
Yes, she goes to the church and gets baptized.
She's no longer a prostitute. She's now saving herself till marriage. Would you advocate a male friend of yours? Do you have a brother?
Yes.
Would you advocate for your brother, despite she's redeemed herself, right? Mm-hmm. She's found Christ. Would you advocate your brother marrying her?
It depends on how long ago she was born again and saved. If she got saved last week, no. I think born again is bullshit.
No, let's say she's been a year.
No.
It's probably still too new in her walk. If she's somebody who has totally changed her life and she has been faithfully living that new life for 5+ years, yes.
But I don't think you can call yourself a virgin again.
No,
that's why
you
it's
can't
born again.
regain your virginity.
No,
You're not a virgin, but you can be celibate.
A born again
right,
virgin.
but like that past behavior, in my view, if you're an intelligent man, that should preclude you from a relationship with a man.
And that would
So
be
you don't
like,
have
so as a
anything in your
non-Christian, that
past
makes
that
sense.
you learned from.
It would be
like,
advisable.
oh, I knew that
It would be
now,
very
but-
advisable to recommend to men, despite her finding God and being celibate and waiting till marriage, if she was previously a prostitute and slept with 300 men, that does not a good wife make.
I mean,
Well, I feel like the number would play a part in it. You're saying 300. What if she had like 20 and she was like, you know what, I'm gonna hang up the towel.
I mean, a lot of women got 20. Like they got a lot of women.
But I'm saying like it's a
was
number
for her
thing.
job
Like that's what I'm
or
asking. Is it a number or is it just the fact that she did it?
or
Like the fact that she was a prostitute, or
money.
is it the number?
Well, I think there's again like degrees to it. Like if she's a prostitute, no.
Like
I
no
don't care
period
if she
because she's
had
a prostitute.
if she only had 10 clients. If she prostituted herself, done. You're
Okay.
done.
I think that's an incredible testimony for somebody to have. And I personally in my life know men who have body counts in the hundreds before they became Christians.
It's
They
kind of
became a
different,
Christian,
though. It's kind of
but
different.
ever from the day they became a Christian, they walked that walk and they lived that life. The fruit of their life shows that they truly are saved and made a change. Then yes, I think that person can still be marriage material.
Well, can't you also say for like men who's had sex for like 300 plus people, like it's also a emotional bond there too, because out of the 300 people you've slept with, you probably fell for like 50 of them. You probably have like close relationships for like 50 of them. Mm-hmm. So now you're saying I'm hanging in the towel, I want a real relationship.
Right? Yeah, there's a couple things. So in terms of society functioning the best, in an ideal world, everyone would just be a virgin, and they would they would get married, they would wait till marriage, and then they would raise a family.
That's ideal.
In an ideal world, that's
doing
that's
it.
Perfect.
It sucks that society is built up this way.
I think it's a super sad, depressing world to live in, where you think no past behavior can ever be redeemed. That everybody's so doomed to whatever their mistakes are that you can never.
What if the girl was really messed up in the head and she got help
from your mistakes? So there's growth. There's something called growth, and like you can't learn.
No, you can grow, but like
grow without making a couple mistakes.
I mean, I don't think that a virgin guy. I don't think a guy who gets married, let's say a guy that gets married at 29 years old and he's never had sex once, is probably going to be the best matchup to marry a prostitute or a former prostitute. But if you're talking about a guy who also has his own path, he's changed, she has, you know what I mean? Then yes, there's not going to be that huge like imbalance of.
And everyone has their own past, and they're gonna connect.
Right, like what if she had like, not saying she had
a
legitimate excuse, but what if she was like going through stuff and
that doesn't change.
And now, she found the proper help. She got the help she needed. She's gone to her little therapy.
It's done. It's over. Become a nun. You can become a nun. How about that? Look.
But then it was like on like.
I'm just talking for me and what I would recommend to other men. I don't care if she's now a godly woman. If you previously were a prostitute, drug addicted, 300 body count, I would recommend.
If someone
there
was
are
a
better
drug
women.
addict, but
there
then
are
been
better women
sober
out
for
there.
Like 7-8 years, they don't deserve to get
I wouldn't.
wiped
For
up.
me,
That's
I would.
nuts.
For me, I would not date a woman who was previously a drug addict.
If she was sober for years.
I don't care how long she's been sober. That's a metric with which I'm not going to date a woman.
Crazy.
How is that fucking crazy? That's smart.
I'm not saying I'm trying to
How's
date
that
an
crazy?
ex-drug addict,
That's
but
just
it's like,
discernment.
they probably went through some shitty stuff in their childhood
That's
got
another
them into
reason.
this addiction,
That is another
but then
reason
they, as
to
an
not
adult,
want to
got
date a
them out
woman.
of it, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm trying to date someone like that, but I'm just saying if people change their lives around, they deserve a second.
Like legitimate,
I will
never
say,
look back either.
I will say if that's all you can get, then that's different. But if you have options, that's the worst option to select.
Right.
Regardless
if you're
of how holy it may be, or how much of a good person you may be trying to be, it doesn't matter. You don't want a woman that has that history. You don't want a woman that has that on her ledger.
in the same way that women will make the optimum decision when it comes to who they're going to sleep with, who they're going to partner with, who they're going to marry, who they're going to have kids with. Men are also free to make the optimum decision. Everyone is trying to make the optimum decision. And as a guy, if you have other options, a woman who was previously I can't believe I have to explain this. A woman who was previously a prostitute and drug addicted does not make for a good potential partner.
I'm not
I think that's totally fine. I mean, everyone has the choice to choose their optimal partner.
If you got clean, if you
I
got
don't
clean
care.
6 months
Like
ago,
we're just
no.
saying, like
Redemption.
if she was to like clean herself up.
I don't care. No, here's another thing. I don't care if she's been sober for hold on, let me finish. I don't care if she's been sober for 5 years. You have if you were previously a drug addict, there are probably some irreversible damage you've done to your body.
Yes, of course.
Perhaps even when it comes to fertility. So that could be, there's plenty of reasons.
Vaccine, you're going to have
No, let's not.
fertility. So.
YouTube's going to cancel me. Let's not go there. We're
But
not
we
going to go there.
No, we can't because
We're not going to go there.
But
that might
lot of ways you
be
could take
that,
it.
and a lot of women who, maybe a lot of conservative women, that actually might be men or women. That
would
might be a
more a red flag than
zip
the
it,
job thing.
zip it good. Okay.
Sorry.
That might be a metric by which somebody doesn't want to date somebody if they got the jab. Hey, everyone can have their preferences.
Yeah, 1,000%. Like that for me is a way bigger red flag than any type of job.
But if everyone can have their preferences, then we can't really say, well, like, these preferences are okay, but these preferences are not okay, right? Like, it's either one or the other.
For themselves what the preferences
You literally
are.
just said, when I said,
Brian's
hold on,
deciding for
when I
himself.
just said,
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Chris,
that you're deciding.
zip it, okay? Kirsten, you like to interrupt. You like to interrupt, okay? I'm not going to tolerate it anymore, okay?
Ooh, the sadness.
Zip it, okay. You literally just said, Brian, it's crazy that you wouldn't date a woman who's been 7 years sober. That's not crazy, that's smart.
I'm not saying for you, but I'm saying for someone else, like everyone deserves to find their person.
Nobody deserves to find a person.
Everyone's going to eventually. Well, not everyone.
I'm not here. No. Here, I think maybe here's where you're getting caught up. I'm not saying that it's going to be impossible for a woman who used to be a prostitute or who used to be drug addicted to find somebody.
I agree with you on that.
Of course. But what I'm saying, what I'm arguing is that for myself, and honestly as a recommendation for other men, don't date a previous drug addict. There are better options out there. In the same way that women are looking for the best options, you too as a man can go for the best option. You can optimize and try to get the best option. I just think it happens to be the case that a lot of women are unaccustomed to men articulating preferences, standards, and boundaries.
Because most men are never in a position to. So when women hear it, they're like, this is unusual. The fuck? What's he talking about? Every woman deserves love. Every woman should have a man. Every woman gets a second chance. That's essentially how y'all treat it. And it's inherent. It's like y'all intrinsically believe that.
I don't think that at all.
But there's a lot of women who do.
Deserves to have children, or well, I don't think everybody is guaranteed to have children or should have that. I can't talk. I don't think everybody's guaranteed to have children. I don't think everybody's guaranteed to get married. I think that it's totally depends on God's will for your life.